Okay, I am Bill Freeman, and this is my wife Lois. So we've been married 25 years on Wednesday. We are at 6142 Lewis Center Road, Freeman's Farm. Genoa Township was established in 1816, and then a few short years later, my great-great-great-great-grandparents, my fourth great-grandparents, Daniel and Lydia Freeman, settled here in Genoa Township in 1828 on Worthington Gleaner Road, just south of Big Walnut Road. And then their grandson, Justice, and his wife, Sophie, bought this place, Freeman's Farm, in 1868. So we've been here 155 years here at Freeman's Farm, and longer than that in the township, the Freeman family. Genoa Township owns not quite 30 acres directly south of here. So they have frontage on Jaycox Road. So that's kind of what gave me the idea, is that they've already got parkland, and they have a sledding hill there and some cross-country skiing. Invited Paul out, the township administrator, and we just were here in the barn and stood there, and I said, Paul, what do you think about the township buying Freeman's Farm for a park? And he kind of lit up. He kind of lit up, and I really appreciated his vision. He just really was on board and could see a future for the township owning it as a park, and that just made me feel good, as for the love that I have for the land.
So we won't be operating Freeman's Farm this fall. So the 2023 season was our last season for the fall, but it won't really become possession of Genoa Township until 2025. For them then to decide how they want to utilize the property and what they want to form as a park, what their interest is in developing as a park.
And the hardest part, I think, of giving up the fall, or one of the hardest parts, is the people. We have such loyal customers that come year after year. My wife's family owned Yarnell's Farm Market in the edge of Westerville, and I started working there as a teenager. And I just loved that atmosphere of agriculture and the agritourism business and everything like that. So even prior to we got married, I started out here really, really small, only open on Saturdays out of the old corn crib. And so that's where I got my interest. That's where I met my wife, and we got married kind of late in life, but we have 3 beautiful children. We're not going to miss the work. It's very, very, very labor intensive. We're not getting any younger. Our kids are a big help, but they have their own lives. They're in college, getting married, as I'd mentioned, and everything like that. So it's time to retire from the pumpkin patch.
You can remember all the farms in Genoa Township by the farm names, not by the development names. Go ahead.
Well, it's just changed drastically. So many of the farms, they're gone. And so that's why we are so thankful that the trustees had the foresight to preserve Freeman's Farm and keep it that way. The farm has a unique history of losing land by eminent domain. In 1958, the farm was split in 2 for I-71. And so we had land on the east and west side. And then in 1970, the Army Corps of Engineers took everything to the west, the 36 acres of the farm to the west, for Allen Creek State Park. And so then we were remaining here with 44 acres left here, but part of that was an easement that's part of I-71. So my parents built the house that we live in on the other side of the freeway back in about 60 years ago when they were first married and everything like that. Well, then when that land left, my grandparents were in the old homestead place. They needed a place to live, so they moved that over here to this side of the freeway, and my grandparents then had their remaining years here, and my parents built another little ranch home right up the street. When my grandfather died, I was 13 years old, and my grandmother had never been alone. My dad asked me if I would come down and stay with Grandma. I was 13, and I've been here ever since. one day led to 2, and two days led to 3, and I just stayed. And so then I took an interest in the farm and in the land, and just started developing it into what it is today, as far as Freeman's Farm and the fall business and everything like that.
Quite honestly, we weren't sure that we saw a way out other than development. When we got towards retirement years, more houses was not our heartbeat. So we were just, like I said, thrilled that the township was interested in being a part of the process of us looking to our retirement years and being able to preserve the land. You know, when we became married and a couple, we kind of set out some, mission statements or what we wanted it to be, and part of that was preserving the agriculture because we knew we were losing it in the community. So being able to do something with our business that would preserve the agriculture and also be a community served business that then people could, see what agriculture in some respect is still like. And, and even though it was just a small, short fall season, they could still see animals, they could still see crops, they could still see things in the township that don't exist for the most part anymore as it was 25, 30 years ago.
We just always wanted to create a sense of community in our neighborhood, from the township. So I hope that's what we're, most remembered for.